It's Megan from Sidekick Accounting, and today I'm going to talk to you about Hurricane Ian. So, if you didn't know, I actually live down in Florida now, and we are getting ready for the biggest hurricane in 100 years to hit Tampa Bay. And Tampa Bay is only about 2 hours or an hour and a half, 2 hours-ish south of us. And so we're expected to get tons of torrential something or other. And they closed the schools. So the schools are closed Wednesday through Friday. We don't have snow days anymore. We have hurricane days. I don't know which is better. So it'll be interesting. Keep us in your thoughts and prayers. I'm sure everything will be fine. We're not on a floodplain or anything like that. And we're an hour inland, but it's still pretty crazy, especially looking at the radar and how big this storm is, or the hurricane, whatever you want to call it, is pretty big. But anyway, so it got me thinking though, because I was talking to my sister who lives down here with us, and we were just talking about, like how tornadoes are so fast, you can't really prepare for them very well. But at least with a hurricane, I mean, we've been pretty much preparing for the last like 2-3 days for this potential storm. And of course, like today, we're like getting last minute stuff. We're filling the buckets with water, so we can flush the toilets in case the power goes out, all that kind of fun stuff that you wouldn't really think about. We had a really big storm up in Appleton when we lived up there in Wisconsin, and our power was out for like 3 or 4 days. And we were not prepared because it was just like a storm that was very sudden, and it happened, and there was tornadoes, and it knocked the power out. And so it got me thinking about business, because I'm a business owner and that's all I think about is my business, but just kind of how we also have these opportunities to prepare ahead of time as a business owner. But a lot of times we don't take advantage of that because we're so busy, just doing the day-to-day stuff. So my challenge to you on this day is to think about, like, what if you're out? Like this time last year, I was actually out for about a month with COVID. So it's been a crazy year for me and my family. But anyways, I just like thought of that. Sorry, and just like the irony. But anyways, just thinking about, like, what if you're down and out? What if something were to happen to you? What happens? Something happens to a key employee? What if something happens to a family member, that you got to attend to? Like, what happens when something happens? Like, how do you prepare for that? How do you prepare for the good stuff? How do you prepare for growth? What are you doing to prepare for your growth? Are you anticipating that? Like, there's so many pieces to running a business, but really what it comes down to is this prepared proactiveness, planning, intentionality. Like, that's really the key pieces to making a successful business, And so as I was thinking about this hurricane that's coming, I've been trying to work as much as I can on the things that I'm going to need the internet for, because obviously if the internet goes out, it kind of stops me from doing a lot of other things, right? So just kind of thinking about it from that perspective, what are you doing to prepare for the good and the bad? Have you done any kind of exit planning? Have you put aside money as a nest egg in case something pops up? If you haven't, what are some things that you can start doing to start preparing for that? Scheduling the meeting with a financial planner so you can talk about exit planning, putting aside profit savings, reevaluating your numbers so that you can make sure you're profitable and on track to what your goals are, taking time to do quarterly planning, taking time to talk to your team, taking time to set up KPIs and different processes and procedures within your organization, so that if something happens to you, the buck doesn't have to stop with you. What systems are in place so that your business can continue to operate, even if you can't? Like, what are you doing to prepare about this? And if you have done, or if you've had a life event, what did you do to prepare for it? I'd love to hear from you as to what you've done or have thought about doing in order to plan for the expected, good and bad, in relation to your business or just in general, because we all have moments in life that will happen. There'll be unexpected things that come up. So what are you doing to prepare as much as you can for that? Because I think you do that, you definitely will scale your business and also be in a lot better place just internally, because you'll know that it's ready and set instead of having to worry about what potentially could be, in the future down the line. So that's it for today. Thoughts for today as Hurricane Ian is on his way to us. But anyways, have a great one. I will talk to you again soon. Bye.